Virginia, I just sold my latest song. Japanese denim flying straight from Manapon. Rolling out to Durban, Marble pudding with some prawns. Then I fly out to Miami and I'm eating like a don, huh? I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Lulu Dallas Multipass. I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza.
Ibiza, yeah, it's pronounced Ibiza, actually. What's the difference, man?
Ibiza, Ibiza, you won't see me in neither. Invited to the function, I don't go, I got amnesia. I'd rather be in Vegas with at the Caesars. My winter out in Josie, not in Bali, cause it's cheaper.
Switch it up.
From Africa, home of the diaspora. More than the trip around the globe, we just set the law. Travel like LeBron, I'm a traveling man. LAX out to Baltimore, then landed in France. Play some shows out in Germany, then bought in Japan. See these reps take me everywhere, I go where I can. That's the multi-pass, homie, I ain't bumping that, Brody. In New York, posted up like some Timberlands, homie. So I go to Miami just for dinner. I went to Japan for a pickup. I just missed the flight, I'm in Atlanta. I just went to Spain, that's Ibiza.
The spirit of linebacker Sam Mills lives on in 2 words. And the sounding of the drum reminds every Panther to keep pounding as they get ready for a fight here at Charlotte's Bank of America Stadium. Tonight, we have ourselves a preseason clash between the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Fitzgerald all set to get this one started. And we're off and running from Charlotte. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. They're led out by the former first-round pick in 2017 from Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
The obvious is that injuries have sidelined a once-blooming career for Deshaun Watson. Just 13 starts the last 2 seasons. Went from 5-1 as a starter in 23 to 1-6 in 24. And the question really becomes, will he ever pay off the investment the Browns made in him?
And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 6-0 lead right away. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little face?
A hundo, partner. 100%.
Had to do it on the ground to boot. What a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the 4-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. On the return, here comes Xavier Legette. Making some progress here. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield. And now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. And they're brought out by someone still trying to live up to that #1 pick status from the 2023 draft. Now in his 3rd season from the University of Alabama, it's Bryce Young.
Okay, this is one of those situations where a quarterback has just got to say to himself, poised. Be poised. Yeah, your team just gave up a big blow on the other side, and you don't have to get it all back in one play like they just did. You got to go out there with poise to do your job and go lead your team.
Black 40.
Young working from the gun. Catch made by Chuba Hubbard. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this 3rd down.
Ready. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Out of the gun, Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down. Carolina in punt formation. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Onto the field comes the Browns offense for the second time. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early, and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most
He just kept going the wrong way, and that's going to cost him. That is a safety. So following the safety, Brock, they're on now to begrudgingly send it away with a free kick. That's taken on the 7. Keeps away from one. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Now for the second time, we take a look at this Panther offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
First down, Young. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, it's a position you expect interceptions from, Brock, but not a lot of them come easier than that for a quarterback. His teammate makes the hit as the QB tries to throw it, and it really affected how that one came out.
Yeah, that corner's going to get that pick under his stat column individually, but that was a collective effort. It was all about the pass rush. And those great corners, they know it. They know it takes everybody. The guys up front doing their job, and when the ball falls harmlessly in his hands like that, well, he does his job to finish with the INT.
And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. Gain of 26 yards there. That's going to be good for a Cleveland first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
That's him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down here at the 16.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook is wide open.
Here's Judkins on second down. And the stop is made after a gain of 6. That's going to make it first and goal.
70,
Out of the gun, here's Watson. Escapes the pocket. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. Offense to the line for second down.
Brings up second and 5.
Here we go, shot.
At the Panthers' 5-yard line.
Working from the gun, Watson. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns parlay the interception into points.
The kicker on for the point after.
And the point after is good by Schmidt. And the Browns push the lead up to 12.
14. Panthers 2.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Legette with a return here. Escapes a defender. And the tackle's made as he gets it out to the 32. The Carolina offense headed out now. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
4 yards.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Second and 6. At the 36.
Shotgun snap out of Young. Pressure coming, and he's taken down. The Browns got him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Loss of 12. Brings up third down.
On the ready. Down. Set.
Hubbard trying this up the gut. Fighting his way through, but he lost the football. Oh, and they pick it up. Time to push for that marker. Hits the 20. To the house. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers picked up the fumble and ran it home. That had to have been just about as far away as possible, Brock, from what that was drawn up to be. But the end result, partner, exactly as they planned. It's a touchdown.
In this case, Kate, it really was about the destination, not about the journey.
This is Ryan Fitzgerald on to try the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Panthers trim the deficit down to 5.
Panthers 9.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Browns returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I'd say the ROI on his early touches have made him a pretty good investment for first half work. He's gotten off to a great start here. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10.
Reload, ready.
The first carry for the speedy Dylan Sampson. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Watson to throw it. Getting out to his left. He can run it. And they're going to force him out just before he can get to the 35. 12 yards on that play, and a good call, and that's in the first.
And the Browns, first down.
Let's go now.
To throw, here's Watson. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now the completion rate is strong, partner. The yards, you got to imagine, will start to come soon enough.
You never go broke taking a profit. And you know this one too, Kate. The crumbs always lead to...
Oh, the cookie. He's going to keep it this time. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the first down.
First down, here's Sampson. That's a nice run in there on that 7-yard gain. Make it 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ready.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Sampson. They'll cobble together a yard there. That tackle made by Princely Umemi-Ellen.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door. Big
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they come up big on 3rd down there with the sack. The Browns looking to punt on 4th down, so on comes their southpaw, Corey Bojorquez, to handle it. And this just gets past the 20 before going out. The Panthers set to take the field. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around.
Ready.
From the pistol, it's Young. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
2nd and 18 at the 11-yard line.
Following the sack needs some positive yards here. It is 2nd down and 18.
Ready.
Young looking to throw. Complete to Tremble. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. Browns are in the nickel for this 3rd down call.
3rd and 9.
Set. Ready.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game, Brock, brings up 4th down. Sam Martin on again now to punt it away. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Ball taken in at the 36. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. He's got some air under this one, deep down the middle. For this one on the defense.
That's interference. Defense.
And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. Here's Watson to the air. And he's got it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. And we've got a stoppage here, and it's something you never want to see, especially in the preseason. One of their star players banged up with an injury after that play. Here's Watson. A little of a screen pass for Judkins. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns widen their lead to 11 in the first. And this is Schmidt for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Browns push the lead up to 12.
Panthers 9.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Set to return. Here's Anaya Smith. And he gets it up beyond the 20, but boy, did they plant him a few inches into the ground at the end of that run.
Ready?
Panthers look just about ready. 1st and 10. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. And the drive starts out small, just 1 yard on that play. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Here we
Brings
go.
up
Here we
2nd
go.
and 8.
52.
And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. The Browns on top early. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They'll have it 2nd and 8. Here's the backup. First throw. They set up the screen. Brooks fights his way through a tackle. Ooh, and he is cracked at the tail end of that play. A good hit, but sure would have loved for it to have come earlier as he gets forward a bunch and gets him the first down. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's good for a Panthers first. We've set it down from the 37. First down throw from Pickett. This is a heater going deep. That's grabbed inside the 30. Touchdown, Carolina. The Panthers make it a 1-score game in the first half. Xavier Legette with the touchdown.
First thing you do as a quarterback, the first thing that you do when you get to the NFL level, if you haven't learned it earlier, is you scan those safeties. You've got middle field open or close, like a single eye or too high. Is that post going to be available? Because if it is, big plays can follow.
This is Fitzgerald trying to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Panthers trim the deficit down to 5.
Panthers 16.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Here's Tylan Wallace on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Browns getting their offense out there. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Sanders going to throw here on first. Looking to his fullback now. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offensive line, this is 2nd and 4. Hand off to Sampson. We call it 1, maybe 2 yards at the end, Brock. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down. Corey Bajorquez on the punt. And he'll try to hit this one well. And this one never had a shot. It's well over the goal line and the end zone entirely. That'll be a touchback. The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series.
Ball brought him down.
That's a nice, quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down. Third and long for him here. Connects with Mechie. And he's going to be out of bounds, I think a yard or two short of the 20 here. Sam Martin on the punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL. It should allow them to operate a little more freely.
Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Sanders will keep it. This is ahead for about 5. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
Let's go now. Ready.
3rd and short here. Sanders. Throw left side, complete. And he'll get it up to the 44. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Browns first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. On first down. Here's Sanders. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. First and 10 from the 43. Play action. Sanders. It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And their 4th sack of the game right there brings up 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
On the screen, this is Sampson. He's around him. He's got space. And he's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid 3rd down.
Okay, ready.
It's Sampson running out of the gun. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for the Browns.
Starting on the ground here with Sampson. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Operating from the gun. Here's Sanders. And the Brown game works for the touchdown. The Browns hold an 11-point advantage. And this is Schmidt for the extra point. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Browns push the lead up to 12.
Panthers 16.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. And dodged the tackle. Dodges another stop. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Panthers get going again once more on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Pickett on 1st and 10. He smartly won't risk anything here. He just chucks this away.
You know, Cade, that was one of those situations where you hear a quarterback having a clock, right? You know, and he had enough time in the pocket, but then it was like, okay, time is running out, and I got to do something. He did not force.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that's going to add some distance onto this upcoming 3rd down.
Loss of 9 on the play.
Ready?
Brings up 3rd down.
Pickett working from the gun. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start, up close to the 30. The Browns offense and Dylan Sampson now to begin another drive. And he sure has proven to be a handful for him, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. Starting out trips right here, 1st and 10. To the air, Sanders. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. To throw now is Sanders. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. There he is on 3rd and short. He's going to loft one deep to the left. They connect on the deep shot. And this gets close to the red zone. He is inside the 25. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Flushed out of the pocket. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Here we go.
Going again here, Sanders. He's got it near the 8. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. Now we get a timeout by the Panthers. It's their 1st. Breaking the huddle. Here's 1st and goal. A toss here to Sampson. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal.
Okay,
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Sanders. Buys time, rolling right to the end zone, but incomplete. That play is going to force 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And the defender comes away with it. Isaiah Simmons picks it off.
Hey, defensively, when you're staring down 3rd and goal, you just want to keep them out of the end zone. Just keep them to a field goal, right? Wrong. Not with this defense, and not with their playmakers. They're thinking take it away, and they get the job done.
In trouble now, and the ball is out. But I believe someone on the Panthers made it to the loose football first. They're hanging on to it. Still their football, but need to make some progress here. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Dump off caught by his back. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. So entering the locker rooms, got ourselves a 2-score game. It's time to hear from Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Huard.
As always, big thanks to our guy Scott Hansen and everyone down in Orlando. We're back looking at a 2-score game here, Brock, as our third quarter gets underway. Time now for the bottom half of the roster to make an impact, Brock. Our preseason opener underway in half number 2. Jimmy Horn here on the return. This makes it up to the 25. Out come the Panthers. Their offense has it first here to start quarter number 3. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Carolina offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
On play action now. Pickett. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Quincy Williams has it. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Come on. Hey. 7, let's go.
Sanders running dead ahead. And they catch him, but not until he's picked up 8 yards. It's second down. They go right back to Sanders. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. You have that call you had ready, though? You could recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Trayvon Merritt there for the stop. Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ready.
They'll go play action for Sanders. Connects on the crosser. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good.
Panther 50. Let's go.
First down.
From the red zone on first. This one's caught.
Sanders pass.
And he drives this forward to the 6. Upping the tempo with some hurry-up offense.
Brings up 2nd.
Looking for a pass on 2nd and short. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns push their lead further to start the half.
Cleveland.
Well, good luck stopping the big fella that close to the goal line, Brock. I've always thought that the distance right there is just made for tight ends to score touchdowns.
Yeah, and it's not just the sport that you also love to cover in basketball. It's all about matchups. You get near the red zone and into the end zone, matchups become critical. And when you got a dude like this that's a mismatch maker, you feed him.
And this is Schmidt for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Browns go up by 19.
16.
The Browns have it on the team, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. He lost the football, and they steal it back on the return. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Handoff here to Sanders. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
That's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. Really create some indecision now defensively.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Sanders once more. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run. 3rd and just 2 to go. Trying the inside handoff to Sanders. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal. Everybody rushing back to the line.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Going to the ground again on 1st. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Ooh, talk about a bad look there, Brock. Going jumbo set and still moving backwards after that play.
I don't think you're talking to this defense, Kate, because I think they thought that was an excellent look to knock that thing backwards.
Yeah, good point, good point. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the gun, here's Sanders. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns piling onto the scoreboard yet again. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. Paying dividends. Made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack, because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
And this is Schmidt for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Browns continue piling onto this lead.
Panthers 16.
Have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Panther offense headed out to the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd.
I be on my little mouse drip. That rapper pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Panther 60.
Carried by Brooks to start the drive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's going to bring up a Carolina 1st down.
When coaches discuss their favorite plays of a game, I guarantee you this one's going to be on it. Not just because of the catch, but because of the effort to go lay out and bring in an off-target throw.
1st and 10 now from the 46. We'll go play action. It's Pickett. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
At the 37-yard line.
Unlock Ryan.
To throw is Pickett. Short pass brought in. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Xavier That's a gain of 9. Makes it
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11.
Ready? 19, Tiger, 19.
Throw here, 3rd down. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. And he's going to be hauled down at the 2. That sets up 1st and goal.
Gain of 53 yards.
Let's go.
And the Panthers first down.
Working inside the red zone. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away. So he goes down. And it's step 1 towards a goal line stand. Still going to need a couple more, though. 2nd and goal coming up. Pickett will look to throw. Set up the screen. Brooks. And they're going to keep him out once again. That sends him backwards. Brings up 3rd and goal.
That's a loss of 4. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Got it. Panther 60.
3rd and long for him here. Rolling left, buying some time.
That's such a bummer, Kate, for a quarterback. If you have to scramble and take off, you'd really like to find a way to move the chains. He could not. That defense rallied, they responded, and they forced a 4th down.
Fitzgerald sends this through. And they make it a 3-score game again at 23 points. Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is if the kicking team is out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has it with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. Cleveland about ready to go. Here's 1st and 10. On the give, it's Sanders. With a 2nd level at the 40. Down the sideline inside the 30. And he's in. It's a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns trying to end this before the final quarter. Schmidt tacks on that extra point. And the Browns grow their lead yet again.
Panthers 19.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. He lost the football. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. First play of the drive lost a yard. Need to get it back and some change here. 2nd down.
At the 24-yard line.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
3rd and long. They're going to throw. Brought in right side by Moore. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. On now comes their punter. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. Takes it in at the 21. Before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Back out now comes the Browns offense. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. Browns look just about ready, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. Now run it with Sanders. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up.
That is simply a stay-on-schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
Here's Sanders now. On the move, headed right. One's complete, right side. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35.
It's one thing thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Vacates quickly left side. That's the line, he's going to run for it. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. First down from the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Sanders. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Here's the backup. First throw. Forced down to his right. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
He's got a man left. And he is down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. First and 10 now from the 30. Pass play coming here. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Pete, if you've heard me say it once, you've heard me say it 100 times. Completions, completions, completions. Well, that wasn't a pass. It was a scramble. But the Nets, the same thing, keeping this offense on schedule.
Room to the right. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns throwing 6 more on the blowout. And the point after is good by Schmidt. And the Browns tack on 7 more to their lead. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Here's Smith on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Carolina offense headed out now. And the turnovers, Brock, a big reason they have played themselves out of this one. Hopefully they can keep it clean here, if nothing else.
Yeah, well, this drive isn't pertinent to this game, maybe anymore, Katie. This drive is for next week. They just want something positive here to end the game and carry forward into the practices ahead.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Pickett working from the gun. And the Browns get there and take him down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough 3rd down.
Third down.
Out of the gun, Pickett. Challenges double coverage, and it's intercepted. And the Browns tap it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Okay, I think the one thing you and I love about this NFL game is almost all of them are one-score games. So to see a blowout like this, it's taken a superhuman effort defensively, and they just added to it.
From the pocket, looking for it. And the Panthers are just too much here. They're going to take him down. And after one play, this drive might already be in trouble. That's going to push him back for 2nd down. Back now, pressure coming. Dropped underneath. It's Sampson. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
Again to Sampson here up the middle. And he's going to have enough for the first down, not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's one as a running back in this league, you got to convert every time. Teams really don't care if you're a Hall of Famer or an undrafted rookie. You can't get 1 yard for a first, they're going to start holding auditions for someone who can.
They'll throw it on 1st and goal. Chased out to his right. And it's brought in. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly, now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Baker with the return. Jukes away from one. And he's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Panthers set to take the field. And scoring hasn't been the issue for him, Brock, but it has been impossible to hold pace with the offense on the other side of this football field.
And we know they can't get this all back in one play, but they better do it with a sense of urgency.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Let's go.
Not deterred by that kick. He's throwing again. Hits him on the in route. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Just a yard left to go on second down.
Brings up second and a yard. At the
One of the tight ends in motion left.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On second down, it's Brooks. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. He only finds a window for two, but that's still enough for a first down. So fresh set of downs now from the 39.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
First down throw from Pickett. He's stepping up and takes off with this one. And he'll go down here, covers up nicely after a gain of 7. Second and 3 now.
Brings up second and 3 at the 45-yard line.
Now shotgun handoff to Brooks. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard on the play. It's now third down and 4.
Pickett to throw. Hits his running back. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Offense is set. First and 10.
And the Panthers first down.
On the give, it's Brooks. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. Fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage. First down run netted him nothing. Here is second and 10.
Second and 10. At the Browns.
Here's Pickett. Pass cut by Brooks. Works the sideline inside the 35. And finally stopped at the 34. To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
That's another Panthers first down.
Now Pickett. Hits him on the out route. And he's taken out of bounds as he gets it down near the red zone. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Panthers first.
Panthers first down. First and 10.
Running up the middle, Dillon. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
It isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
This defense has been doing it all, not just with the takeaways, but the pressure and what that does and how hard it is to play the quarterback position when you're taking a beating like this.
Chip away some of this near the end. It's caught for a touchdown. The Panthers making the scoreboard look a touch better. Xavier Legette with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. One after is good by Fitzgerald. And the Panthers cut into the lead by another point.
63. Panthers 26.
Now Fitzgerald on to handle the kickoff. Wallace with a return here. Finds some space. He's past the 30. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Browns authoring a blowout here. Nice field position here for the Browns as they start out first and 10. The give to Sanders running right. And this hasn't been the common side out of him tonight, but the defense wins this rep. He's limited to no gain on the carry. Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 30.
He's going to pass it here. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right? And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to not.
Browns will take this win home with them. And they're off to a good start in the preseason, Brock. Seen a lot of players fighting together for the victory.
Your blades are sharpened with precision. Flashing your
The players on your team earn some XP.
I know you're waiting in the distance.
Quickly upgrade your team at the end of each game.
You always do, just like you always do. Already pulling me in, already under my skin. And I know exactly how this ends. I let you open just to watch me bleed. Gave up who I am for who you wanted me to be. Don't know why I'm hoping for what I won't receive.